Welcome to Yoga for You, a channel tailored to helping you discover your very own unique yoga practice.
All right, guys, so we're gonna do a little breath work, really preparing ourselves before we get into some cold water, whether it be a shower or an ice bath. And again, you can do this, and really, it doesn't have to be directly after. However, that's how kind of I typically like to do it, is I'm doing the deep breathing. It actually, when you're doing some deep breathing, it actually does shut off some of the pain receptors in your body, so that helps get into the cold. And you'd also just move some chemicals, the cortisol levels and adrenaline and pumping through the veins. So when you get in, your body's a little more prepared for it. And also even just mentally, you're ready, you're focused, you're in a little bit. I find it's like kind of in that zone where we're playing with the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, and we're ready. We're in that zone to take on the ice bath. So let's do that. Really, I would suggest lying down. And typically when I'm doing my Wim Hoff breathing, I lie down that way, because really the worst thing that could happen is you could pass out, right? So even if you are sitting up, make sure you're sitting up in a place that if you pass out, you're okay. That way, when you're lying down, it's never happened to me, but it has happened to a few folks where you pass out, but then you're lying down, you just wake up and you're like, oh, you feel reborn. So it could be a good experience. No, I've never had it. So anyway, lying down. So I'm just gonna lie down quickly, because I also just wanna demonstrate a way that you could flow with the breath into the belly, into the chest, a little bit into the head, and then letting go. And I think you could probably like see that as I do just a couple sample breaths here. I'm getting comfortable, palms up, relax my body, and then get into my breath. I'm gonna go in through the nose, out through the mouth. Belly. So it's belly, chest, a little bit into the head. And I just let it go. 100% in, 80% out. I just let it go. All right, so that gives you a little, phew, and even that, like, right, I feel a little lightheaded. You might feel lightheaded. That's, go with it. I look at that as, I'm getting high on my own supply, as Wim would say. So just lying down, going deep, breathe. If you want to feel a way you've never felt before, then you got to breathe in a way you've never felt before. So really, go for those big, deep breaths, fully in, 100% in, and letting go. We're going to go in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now you can vary these lengths. You could go 10 breaths, 20 breaths, 30 breaths, 40, 50. You start, again, learning your own body. So right now we're going to go like 10 deep breaths. So really it's kind of shorter, but I find sometimes like, oh, I'm looking at my time. I'm like, I really don't even have like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to go for this. So I go short. It's almost like going to the gym. If you go to the gym, you're like, oh my God, I got 10 minutes. I sometimes can get an amazing workout in 10 minutes because I know I only got 10 minutes. So I'm like, rah, going for it. Well, it's kind of that. Like, okay, I've got 10 minutes. I'm going to go for 10 breaths. And we're only going to do 2 rounds of 10 breaths. So I know, I'm going, it's like a sprint. This isn't a marathon. We're doing some sprinting breaths. So I'm going to be fully in. All right, so you ready? Again, my suggestion, lying down. If you want to sit up somewhere. If you pass out, you're going to be all right. Don't do it near the water, of course. All right, and let's begin. Closing your eyes, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep going, powerful. You can find your own rhythm or you can join in with me. Fully in. Let it go. Around 10. 6 more. Last one, fully in. Let it go and hold your breath on the exhale. Hold your breath. Hold your breath as long as you can. You've been blowing out, even in that short time, a lot of CO2. Listen to the body. Your mind is going to be telling you breathe, breathe, breathe. Listen to the body. Typically your diaphragm, it will at some point when you really need to breathe, you'll feel a twitch in your diaphragm. Wait for that would be my suggestion. And if you're lying down or whatever, the worst thing is you could pass out, but it never happened to me. You're going to feel a little twitch. And when you feel that, big breath. And even if you haven't felt that yet, go ahead, take a deep breath in and out, hold the inhale. And rise up nice and tall. Bringing all that energy, all that prana, all the kundalini energy up into the brain. And let that go. Right into the next breath. Remember, it's a sprint. This is your last round, so go for it. Like you're sprinting towards the finish line. Pull in, come on. Last one's with your mouth. Last three. Last one, fully in. Second, a little more in. Hold it and squeeze up, belly, chest. Bring it into the head. Holding, raising the energy up, pulling it up from the root chakra, pulling it up through your body, into the head, holding, relax the shoulders, looking up towards the eyebrows, hold, 5, 4, if you want to hold longer you can, 3, 2, 1. Again, if you want to hold longer, you can. If you're feeling like it, let it go. And now just be present where you're at. If you're lying down, sitting down, wherever you're at, just do some nice nose breathing. Good, and coming back. So now look, the Wim Hof breath is not necessary, it's not really for calming, right? This is to kind of motivate us. Again, it's finding that zone, playing with the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. There's times like maybe I've done some breath work, or maybe I haven't even done any breath work. There's times like you start, again, initially the method is we do the breath and then we go into the ice. Great. And after you start doing it for a while, there's times like I'm just gonna get right into the ice. You start like, where is my system at? What am I ready for? Sometimes I want to give it a little more of a shock. Or sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm going to do an ice bath. Maybe I did my breath work hours ago, and I'll just do 3 or 4 breaths. Imagine it's like this. You're tapping into that nervous system. Imagine you're about to fight a bear is coming through your door, and you have nowhere to go. You're in a cave, and you're going to have to fight the bear to death, right? So what's probably going to happen if you're in that scenario, you're not even going to have to worry about it. Your mind and your body's going to take over. You're going to be, right? I'm ready. It's primal. You're getting into that primal state. So a good way to like tune into that is through the breath. So sometimes before I get into the ice bath, I'll do that. And then before I step in, now I go the other way, and now I go into my nose. And again, because I want to find that zone. I don't want to be, right? I don't want to be in this panic. I want to touch that, feel it, into the parasympathetic, into that fight or flight, boom, and then bring it back. And now I'm like, I find that zone. I'm in control. It's not in control of me. The ice bath is not in control of me. I am in control of my body. What I'm going to do and how I'm going to be when I get in there. Having said that, when I get in the ice, it's merciless. It's been a while since I've got in, and so it's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to get in and also accept what it's doing. Accept, whoa, it's going to hit my body, right? The warm blood's going to go from my legs and my arms into my chest, into my core to protect me. And when that process is going on, the rest of my mind and the cells in my body are telling me, get out, dude, it's cold. Get out. That's what, even now. It's been about, because I emptied my bath, whatever, been traveling a little bit. It's been almost a month since I've done an ice bath, which is rare for me, but I've been doing it for like 4 years. Even with that history of doing them, I'm like, there's a part of me like, yeah, maybe, can we skip this? But then there's this bigger part of me that's like, yes, no, we're not skipping it. Let's do this. All right, so you guys ready? Let's do this.